So in this video, it's going to be, helping people, giving advice and people that have graduated and are looking to become a recruitment consultant. So with this in mind, I'm going to be talking about the ways you can actually go about it. Now, first thing you need to remember, if you are a graduate, there's fantastic opportunities to become a recruitment consultant. A lot of companies do tend to actually hire, instead of trainees or trainee recruitment consultants, big companies started to hire graduates and they were very successful in that. Most companies follow suit, and graduates, yeah, this is a great position to actually be in. So if you graduated, you can't actually, break into your field, but you still want to work in the sector. A recruitment consultant can be a fantastic opportunity for you. So first things first, I would definitely apply to most positions. Now, for the big companies such as Reed, Hayes, Adecco, likelihood they're going to have a three-stage interview process. Now, what I mean by three-stage, it would be, an initial telephone interview, and then it will be a sort of assessment day, and then a face-to-face interview, which may be, even 4 stages. So if you're prepared to go through that, it's actually very rewarding to get into a company like that. However, if you're looking to just break in, to any old company, a local company, for example, or if those companies don't operate in your area, definitely try and apply for, everything in your area. Now, one thing's for certain, the salary isn't the most fantastic. They can range from anywhere from 18 to about 26, depending if you're in London or outside of London. If you're in a big city, chances are you get a higher wage. Now, one advantage you will have, and if you can try and sort out companies that actually recruit in your sector of, academia. So if you've studied, for example, accountancy, you want to look at companies that are actually, recruiting for finance positions. Now, this will give you a huge advantage because you've got the inside knowledge, you've got the terminology, and you've also got the background around it. Chances are, if you've studied finance and you're going to apply for a construction company, chances are you may be up against people that are, have done a bit of the, trade as so to speak. So you want to aim for companies that are, recruiting in your chosen sector. This way, it gives you an advantage because you might not be able to break into your field, so you might not be able to become an accountant or land a finance assistant role, but you still want to work in the sector. And there's low entry to barrier as well, so there's not really too much around, companies itself, recruiting for roles for finance assistants, but you can actually go in there and start to recruit for people if that makes any sense at all. So that's the first point I actually want to sort of touch on. Now, during the interview process, you will be expected to know quite a bit about, the company itself. So if you're going for a graduate role and you're looking to secure that, depending on what company you go for, definitely they'll be wanting to know that you've done some background research. Now, what recruiters like to see is, you've had some work history. If you haven't had any work history, chances are you probably won't actually do that well. So even if you've worked in Primark in a customer service setting, definitely put that on your CV. Put the amount of customers you've helped in there. Put the amount of calls you've taken or how many customers you serve. So I just want you to, sort of work out how exactly you can establish that, and literally take it from there. So definitely put down that you've had your work experience, and what companies like to see is if you've had sales background. Mention on your CV that you've done, you've served this many. If you worked in a shoe shop, mention how many sales you'd make, how many customers you'd, upsell a day. Put those little things on your CV, because at the end of the day, whatever anyone says, it is a sales job. So you want to tweak your CV to make it a bit salesy, even if your position isn't actually a sales job. So even if you were giving advice, you want to mention you made 50 calls a day on the phone. Even if you was doing some administrative work, definitely mention those things in your CV. It really, really stands out. They won't be expecting anyone to do that, and not many people will be doing that. So yeah, do that. Especially, the reason I touch on customer service is because you will be talking to a lot of people in the role, and the reason I touch on sales is because there's elements of sales in the role, regardless of if it's on the client side or candidate side. So very short video. I rambled on a hell of a lot. So if you are going for a graduate role or thinking about going into becoming a recruitment consultant, definitely look into it. It's a fantastic industry. What I would suggest as well, I'm going to put a link in the description below. So if you want to sign up to the CV library, great website. Obviously, put your CV on there. Put the target or the job you desire as a recruitment consultant or trainee recruitment consultant, and employers will start to contact you. So if you put graduate recruitment consultant as a desired job, the companies will be searching in that sort of sector, and they will actually contact and email you